One day they're texting you constantly, making plans, showing up, and then, almost overnight, they're gone. No big fight, no obvious reason, they just faded. If you've ever experienced this, you know how disorienting it feels, like the ground shifted under your feet without warning. And if you're honest with yourself, you've probably done it to someone else too. Today, we're going to unpack exactly why this happens, and it's not as simple as they just lost interest. Here's the thing nobody talks about. At the beginning of any relationship or connection, your brain is literally on drugs. Dopamine, norepinephrine, serotonin, they flood your system and make everything about that new person feel electric. Scientists call this the limerence phase, and it typically lasts between 3 months and 2 years. When that chemical cocktail starts to wear off, the intensity fades, and many people mistake that fading for a sign that the connection was wrong. They weren't falling out of love with you, they were returning to baseline. They just didn't know the difference. But chemistry isn't the whole story, because for some people, pulling away is actually a deeply wired survival response. People with avoidant attachment styles are often incredibly attracted to someone at first, until closeness starts to feel threatening. Their nervous system reads intimacy as danger, so they unconsciously create distance to feel safe again. This isn't cruelty, it's a coping mechanism, usually built in childhood when closeness was paired with pain or unpredictability. And the frustrating irony is, the more you chase an avoidant, the faster they disappear. Here's another brutal truth. Sometimes people don't actually lose interest in you. They lose interest in the version of you they invented. In the early stages, we project our desires onto people. We fill in the gaps with the best possible story. Then reality shows up. They have flaws, moods, needs, and the fantasy collapses. This is why some people seem to lose interest right around the point when you start being real with them. They weren't looking for a person. They were looking for a feeling. Some people are genuinely afraid of what happens when things get real. Vulnerability, commitment, true knowing, these things require you to risk being rejected at your core, and not everyone can handle that. So they stay at the surface, fun, exciting, casual, and the moment depth is required, they eject. It's not that they don't like you, it's that they're not ready for what liking you fully would cost them. So, what do you do with all of this? First, stop internalizing their withdrawal as a verdict on your worth. Their capacity for connection is not a measurement of your value. Second, pay attention to patterns early. Consistent inconsistency is data, not a phase. Third, invest in people who show up repeatedly, not just intensely. Intensity is easy. Consistency is a choice. People who suddenly lose interest were never really fully present to begin with. And that's not a tragedy about you, it's information about them. The right people don't need you to chase them, explain yourself, or shrink to keep them comfortable. They just stay. If this resonated with you, share it with someone who needed to hear it, and subscribe because we go deep on human psychology every week.